It's
Oh
live.
my gosh.
No,
3
no,
weeks
no,
later.
That's what he was talking
There it
about.
is.
That's exactly what SpongeBob does.
Yeah.
That's probably why it reminds you of SpongeBob.
Sure.
No, definitely not.
What would make you? Yeah, what would make you think? Because we have a guest on that show. He thinks he's gonna get special treatment. What is that about?
Right, yeah.
Go on, get. Go on. Oh, but you wanted to go in the closet?
No, the closet is his studio. So
It's all good.
yeah.
Part of life, it happens sometimes.
Hey, it's one of those big walk-in closets, you know, the women love those, so it's bigger
Right.
than some guys' offices.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't
So see,
sound
what happened
nefarious
was-
when you say it that way.
Now he lives in the closet.
Only thing I didn't share to was our group.
I think he said that's the only one he hasn't yet. I don't know for sure.
Spammy.
It's your boy.
Deliberate.
Skinny penis. Oh, I thought we had Johnny on and it wasn't going to be family friendly tonight.
Little Joey is
It's
not
a meme.
What are
It's a
those?
meme. Mhm. I saw a little video the other day where the mom was getting a kid in some sandals, and she said, "What are those?" And of course, the little kid, he didn't know that, you know. And he goes, "Oh, those are my new
Right.
sandals. I got them yesterday." That's just like real serious.
Those are Mike sandals.
Those are mine. Speederman.
Like, no, that's not quite. There
She's
has to
running
be
around
radioactivity
trying to find
involved.
spiders.
Oh, I gotta turn it down. Sorry, I'm that guy. Just have it playing in the background. Yeah.
Alright, I did it on my Twitter, did it on my Instagram.
What I figured is we're so popular, we just make a trade with Johnny to where we'll bring him on to advertise for every show he does that's local or in an area where we're popular, and then he puts our banner up at every tournament. You know,
That's fine by
it's
me.
a fair trade. Yeah, that's okay.
The only way
That's
he'll
worth
do
it.
that is if Ryan's there to announce.
Actually, eBay, bro.
Yeah,
eBay.
man.
Yeah.
Shoot, we can print a banner for pretty cheap too. Gotprint.com.
Yeah, well, it's like me, me and Vicky were close from working, and she's like, how would you feel if I got you a gaming jersey to help advertise? I'm like, that's fine. I was like, what's it gonna say? It's gonna say Vicky's bitch on the back. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Right. Exactly. I mean, that's what I tell them. I was like, I'm like a NASCAR driver. I walk around with my jersey on advertising all my sponsors and people. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're ready.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'm waiting for Clint to say, and we're live, and it's like we've been live, but he always does that. So go for it.
Like, what? What's going on?
He is.
We're going to the moon.
Abandoned mines and DeLorean doors.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I go by like 7 or 8 different names on the circuits. It just depends on what mood they're in. That's fine by me.
Oh yeah, we got some good ones tonight. No. I suck at the trivia games and all those, even when it's just against you and Hunter. I don't want to go against Johnny. Yeah. Oh man.
Sucks to suck, nerd.
I forgot to tell you tonight's strictly Halo edition.
Oh, is it now? That just means if I screw up, then I really suck at my job.
Yeah. I'm just
that's
playing.
a double-edged. That's a double-edged sword because he knows, you're the Halo guy, and then on the other hand, I didn't even know who the chief whatever is the other day, and they
Master Chief.
Master
Wow.
Chef.
Oh man, hey, the pressure's on right now, and I just forgot it again just because the pressure was on, and I was thinking about it. So that's the way
And his
things
favorite
go.
console is Xbox 360, and he's like knowing nothing about Halo.
Yeah. Yeah,
Master
it's the chef master.
It's Gordon Ramsay in disguise.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you know I will. I can't shut up.
Ask away. Yeah, so I have a boy and a girl. My boy's name is Brody, and my daughter's name is Ryan. My boy is 8, and my daughter's 11, and they're both gamers. My daughter has actually done a couple of Overwatch tournaments with me and some Halo ones as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she helps set up. She'll help break stuff down, and she actually plays in some tournaments with me, too.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just to have fun and stuff. Mainly Overwatch, because Halo, she's still learning, because I'll watch her and I'll coach her. I'll be like, dummy, should have done that. About age 5 or 6, yeah. Her first one was, of course, playing, Halo 1 on campaign, and then just, going through that, learning the movements, and then progressed from that to Fortnite to Overwatch to a little bit of Rocket League. So she's trying her flex on everything as she can.
That's cool.
It's usually either Fortnite or Halo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The mechanical issues.
I feel like we started this podcast off now with a little bit of depression because, you got that little bit of hope in you that he can't really be a dad and do gaming for his lifestyle, because we three have epically failed at that so far. So it should be encouraging, but instead it's just depressing. Well, that's why we're doing a podcast instead of being esports.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Is that
That's
really
fine.
depressing, or is it depressing that his daughter could probably whip us in any of those games? That's what I was about to say.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's not depressing to me that she can beat me. No problem at all.
It happens. My mom and dad, my sister, back whenever Blockbuster was around, way back when, we always go to Blockbuster and rent video games. Well, they saw there was a tournament for Donkey Kong, and it was who can get the most bananas in 5 minutes. So 3 weeks before that, they jacked me up on Mountain Dew and honey roasted peanuts. And so, of course, went there, and I played the tournament, and like I said, won. And then from there, it progressed to Smash Brothers on like 64. It went to Mario Kart on Super Nintendo 64. Then I also went to GoldenEye and just progressed where we're at now in Halo. And then that's gone to where it was at. I played a little bit of COD, like I said, Overwatch, and a couple other tournaments, and just enjoyed it since then.
Cool.
That's
Just
awesome.
worked from there since I was about 7 years old. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. My sis. Right. Yep. My sister used to play a lot of like Mario Brothers back in the day on Nintendo, but then after she would die and it was my turn, I would never really die, so she just gave up at like whenever I was 3 years old. She's like, I'm not playing no more. I'm like, okay. So I just kept gaming up to that.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was actually the one that was in Edmond. So we went to, it was off of 2nd Street, kind of by UCO. So it was that Blockbuster. Now it's like some bookstore or something. But yeah, we went there, and so they just hosted the tournament, and I just, like I said, enjoyed it and just started playing more competitive games after that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, plus my friends would come over and I'd beat up on them.
I think that's when I really fell in love with the PlayStation 1. I think they rented it at Blockbuster, and like we couldn't afford it for a while. So like every once in a while we'd rent the kit and just freaking loved it.
I love doing that. The Sega, the Super Nintendo, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can almost smell those Blockbusters thinking about them. Walking into the nostalgia of that. And I was thinking, I don't know if you guys had it, but ours in Stillwater had like the little helium balloon, but it was, the canister was a little guy. He was like a little Blockbuster guy. He had a hat on, and the little seal came out of his mouth, and then you plug the balloon on it, and it went shh, and the balloon blew up out of his mouth.
No,
those are good
I
days.
don't remember that.
Man, classic.
Now there's nothing like checking if there's a video or the game behind the case that's sitting there. Like, are they sold out? You get in there, it's so serious. Checking behind them. There's one left in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember growing up. I would go to Walmart and just my parents would be shopping. I'd just be sitting there breaking my neck playing Star Fox on the on the thing up there. And then by the time I finally, by the time I finally got a 64, I had already beat Star Fox. I'm like, okay, I guess I can replay it again. Yeah. So back in 2002, like I said, I read an article a friend sent me about a guy wanting to open up just competitive gaming. It was in his basement. It was Sundance Giovanni in New York. I went up there. Like I said, it was about 30 of us. I got fifth place, and I liked it more. So I started going to other MLG events, and that's when the Halo series from Halo 1 all the way to 5 has taken off. And so in Las Vegas in 2004, I went to a sub qualifier and won it out there, and then just progressed from there on that aspect.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I I went there and I played, and then like I said, all the way until 2015, which my last event was whenever Halo 5 dropped in Daytona. That was my last when I retired. But after that, I got picked up by MLG, UGC, DreamHack, all those big esports orgs, and just been working behind the scenes for them.
Okay. So that's what I was going to ask. You don't actually do tournaments professionally anymore. You're on the other side now.
I'm behind the
right?
scenes. Like I might dabble on with some online ones. If there's some locals, a friend needs me to be a pickup for them, I'll go and I'll play. But other than that, I just try to just enjoy it as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny is it was just that photo thing. So I didn't win that one, unfortunately. I wish I would have. But that was in Long Beach, or at Long Beach, Indian Rocks out in Tampa. So there's a company or a company there. It goes by Beachland, and that was their 8th one, and they actually have a 9th one coming up. But it's just a bunch of guys that have never gotten off Halo 1 in their lives for like 20 plus years, just going to a giant beach party house, playing it for literally a week straight, staying up until like 5 a.m., passing out, waking back up at 12, and doing it all over again. But that was where the tournament was at. So it was a great experience. So yeah, so me and one of my photographers, David, he's based out of Oklahoma. We were there, and we were the only 2 Okies. So we were trying to do cool photos and whatnot. So I had that belt. But two of my good buddies that used to play on the circuits a long time ago, they both won it since it was a 2v2 tournament. I just got to have bragging rights of being a photo.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds like that was probably a fun event to go to, win or lose, though.
It was actually a vacation for me because normally I go to an event and I'm stuck inside what we call the esports dungeon for like 4 days. So you just see the rafters and then all the gamers there. So this one here, I got to go out, got to explore a little bit, got to meet some cool people I hadn't seen in forever. And then, like I said, do the photo shoot was fun, except for the one that I was in the water, almost drowned twice when I had to put the helmet on top of my head and all the water was coming down. I got hit by a big wave and I went under. And then we had the flamingo, and I was floating. And as soon as he took the picture, a big wave hit me. And bloop. So I was just upside down with the helmet on again. I was like, I can't breathe.
That's weird.
What are you breaking it for?
He said top left panel, no audio. So
Yeah,
just one of us is having no audio? Oh, it's just Clint. Nice.
It would be the host that breaks it. That's what we can't.
Well, you're recording at least?
Wow.
That's fine.
That's good. Oh, so you said you don't even have the audio recording for the actual podcast either. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, nice.
I blame Obama.
That stinks.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. I totally think it was Obama. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I resign.
Be like, what?
We're going to the moon?
Mines and DeLorean doors.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
What tarnation?
You've never had any problems with that before. Of course, we got a guest on. No. What's weird is we're hearing you fine, so it's definitely just your recording stuff. You're broadcasting.
And that's why I didn't hear you, because it's also pointed up too. Way to go, sunshine. Way to go.
We already forgave you, though. That's the kind of guys we are.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
You just had to mess it all up.
I think this is worse than Giganta. What is that? Gigantamatic or whatever.
Gigantamax. Gigantamax. I need you to get your crap together, Clinton.
Oh, man.
Get all your crap together and put it in the bag.
Usually you're recording before we even start the show.
I know. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Mike. Mike, you are a show saver. So yesterday my computer crashed, reset everything. That's what's going down. So we're going to restart again. Here we go. Y'all ready? I'm ready.
Yay!
Okay. That's why this is live. You get to see all the mess ups. Everything. Okay. So I think we're good. I see the mic bumping now, so I think we're ready to go. All right. Tonight on the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
We're going to the moon?
Abandoned mines and DeLorean doors.
I'll be back with new improved graphics.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's another episode of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast. It's the 35th episode. And if you're listening on the audio podcast this Friday, we had some mess ups. Clint did not have his mic set to default on the program. And so we just did the live broadcast with basically Johnny talking to nobody other than maybe Hunter and Ryan.
Well, he was talking to you. You just weren't recorded. So
right.
He was answering no questions. Yeah.
So we're here with Hunter Venable, of course, Mr. OSU.
How's it going?
We got Ryan over there with his Waldo glasses. And we've got Johnny Icychiller Weaver. Johnny, welcome for the third time to the show.
I'll be Waldo with him. I'll put my glasses on.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, yours are a little cooler looking. It's got the tint to it. I like that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
These are my gaming glasses. One of the million pairs that I have.
Yeah. Well, tonight we're gonna be, of course, interviewing Johnny. He is an esports tournament specialist. We met him over at MiracleCon, and he decided, hey, he'd like to come on the podcast. We gave him an invite, and he was like, yeah, I'm down. So he's going to join us for the...
rethinking it.
He's like, well, there's 20 minutes I can't get back.
Hey, all I know is if Clinton hadn't told me that his computer completely shut down and had to revamp last night and stay up late, I would be thinking I'd be calling him on BS right now. But luckily, we at least know that's a real story.
Yeah, it's a real deal. Yeah, my whole computer went kaput last night. Luckily, I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning or so. We got it fixed, and so we're good to go. But tonight, we're going to be hitting some gaming news as well. We're going to be doing some freebie farm. Ryan's going to present that. And then Hunter's going to end the night with a little competition, a little quiz. That's going to be me, Ryan, and Johnny in a Easter egg pulling my leg quiz contest. But
I usually get wrecked with just you two. I don't really want to be going head to head with a professional, but we'll see how this thing goes.
I like turtles.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, we're going to go ahead and go back through the questionnaire again.
Okay.
Ryan, Hunter, of course, as we said earlier, if you have any questions, feel free to ask Johnny. We're keeping it free for him. So, first off, you have two children of your own. You want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, I got a boy and a girl. My boy, he's 8. His name is Brody. My daughter, she's 11. She's Ryan. And they are both gamers. My boy, he plays a little bit of Roblox here and there, not too hardcore into stuff. But my daughter, she plays like Halo, Overwatch, Fortnite, all those good things.
Okay, cool.
And we were talking earlier. You said one of her favorite games is Halo right now. Is that the one you said? Kind of gravitates towards?
she loves Halo and Fortnite, and she does a lot of online competitions with both those actually.
Yeah. Yeah, Fortnite, man, that's like crack cocaine for the kids right now. They love that game.
Oh, God. Right. I don't know how many hotels I'd go to after an event. I'd see some kid doing the dance, look at his parent, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just one I couldn't get. Like, we tried playing it, and it was just, there. The fact that you add in forts, building forts into a shooting game, that's enough for me. I'm done.
Yeah. The hand-eye coordination's not there for him.
I know me and third-person shooters are not the best cup of tea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, how did you initially get into gaming?
Actually, I blame my mother and father and dad because when I was 7 years old, they jacked me up on Mountain Dew and honey roasted peanuts and sent me to Blockbuster for a Donkey Kong championship. It was who can get the most bananas in 5 minutes. So that was back when I was back in '92. So I guess I was as Dr. Disrespect would say, the undisputed Blockbuster champion in '92.
Okay. Nice. Now, later on, you became a part of Major League Gaming. It's an organization. Can you tell us a little bit about them and kind of how you got involved with all that?
Yeah, so like I said, I got involved whenever a friend sent me an article about a guy wanting to do a gaming tournament in his basement, which his name is Sundance Giovanni. So I was up in New York. I went up there. There's about 30 of us. I got 5th place, and I enjoyed it, and I wanted to play more. And, of course, as that progressed, esports started coming in more and more different towns and cities. And, we were playing for $100, $500, $1,000. Now we're up to, $250,000, if not millions if you're playing like Dota and stuff. So I played on the circuits for 13 years until I retired, and now I work behind the scenes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
And when you say you work behind the scenes, I'm sure you still game and you do a little bit of tournamenting, but you're just not a full-time pro anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't put in the 60 to 80 hours a week of hardcore gaming. I might play like maybe 5 to 7 hours a week now with the friends, unless they want me to do a tournament with them. Then I kind of grind out a little bit after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So what games does Major League Gaming put on? Do they put on all types of games, or do they have specific games that they focus with as far as tournaments go?
Well, back then it was mainly just Halo, but now since there's so many different organizations like DreamHack, UGC, MLG, they actually recently changed over some rights, but now they mainly do the Call of Duty series. They do some Gears of War here and there as well. But so they'll do that. UGC, we've done Halo, Gears, Apex. We actually have a possible Smash tournament coming up too that we're working on.
Okay.
And so the different companies will try to put on different things, but there's Fortnite, there's like I said, Apex, Call of Duty, Smash Brothers, Overwatch. It really just depends on what company it is that hosts it.
Okay. Now you said they turned over rights, so within the tournament world, do you have to have rights to that game to put on the tournament, I guess? With the companies?
There's most of them no. Now Activision, which is Call of Duty, just came out with a legal agreement to where if your tournament is over, I think pretty much if it's $100,000, you have to get written permission from them. I'm not sure why they're doing that, but I mean, when you own a company and you're that big, I guess you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I know on the Blizzard side of things, they keep things more in-house, don't they? With their world championships and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes more sense then, because we're totally new to the esports world. I've watched a little bit of it here and there, but never. I wasn't personally good enough to ever compete, so it was one of them things. I didn't catch it till it started actually catching fire and spreading around.
Right.
So
when you say you're on the back end now, what does that mean? Like, what do you what is the back end of the esports gaming world? What does the dark corners look like?
So what I do is when I'm not on the circuits, I'm helping other companies like kind of advertise their events coming up. I'll help them try to program, try to get all the ducks in the working. Now, when I do go there, so we'll go to an empty arena or place. We'll set up the stages, set up the lights, set up the production, and then, of course, have our stations run the tournament for the 3 days we're there. And then when we're done, we break it all down, and everything goes back to plain Jane. So that's what I do. I do a lot of in-house, and then I try to train our volunteers, pretty much just try to make it as great as it could be. It's like going to a rock concert. Everything's all great. And you're like, how did this get here? People like us build the things to get that.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a tournament. You don't just run a tournament. You build a tournament.
You build
really,
it.
It's kind of the way that.
Build it, run it, break it down, get the hell back home.
Cool.
Get some sleep when you can, basically.
Oh god.
What's a common size tournament that you run? I mean, is there a big range? Do you do huge ones, small ones, or?
Let's say if we're back home here, we could do small ones where we'll have anywhere between 20 to maybe like 100, 200 participants. When we do the big ones, it depends on how big it is. I've done anywhere between 400. I've done all the way up to 1,500, like with DreamHack and stuff. So it really just depends on where we're at.
All right, cool.
Gotcha. Now, you go by the name Icychiller. Is there significance to that name, or is that just something you came up with off the top of your head and was like, I'm going with that?
I came off the top of my head. So do you remember the video game Cruising the World, Cruising the USA?
Yeah.
Remember that game?
Uh-huh.
All right, so at the end of it, you had the license plate to put your initials in there.
Yeah.
So everybody was using like Ace or KNG for King and Ice. I was like, I'm gonna be Icy. And then of course I used to backyard wrestle back in the day, so I put Chiller at the end of it because it was one of my finishing moves, and so it just stuck with me since I was about 7 years old, and I still have it. I actually have it tattooed on my leg down here.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a former backyard wrestler too. We'll have to get together and share some memories. Hunter and Ryan have seen the videos.
Clint is
when
he says I was a former backyard wrestler, he that was like, life for him. He loved it.
Right.
His dad was in on it and everything. Like you said, your dad sent you to the tournament. His dad set up a ring on their trampoline.
Yeah, we built that.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They
it
had
was
neighborhood
cool.
shows.
Yep, we did have
Dude,
neighborhood shows.
I don't know how many trampolines I broke wrestling. Do you remember the Dudley Boys when they did a 3D? Remember that move?
Yep.
I got 3D through a stop sign on my trampoline. That was the hardest I ever had to me. I was like, Jesus.
Nice.
Oh, it was funny because we were all, it was like we started, I think, about around 6th grade and did it all the way up through, probably junior year. Ryan did it with me one time.
Yeah.
But I had a friend of mine who was in his senior year of high school, was 6'3", 365 pounds.
He's a big old boy.
Yeah, and he would get on there, and so he would slam you, and every once in a while you'd smack that ground for real. It was like, oh. So my dream was to become a pro wrestler, but then when I realized I wasn't getting past 5'8", I thought maybe that's not the best profession to try to
a Rey Mysterio. Or something.
Hey, I wanted to be a professional wrestler too when I was growing up, so I understand, man.
Yep.
I understand.
Well, that's awesome.
Perfectly.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's pretty cool, man.
Of course, man.
Now, I had this question. This might be a dumb question, but I'm going to throw it out there because, I'm a dad, and so I kind of lost track of the Halo series. But when I was reading the Oklahoma Gazette article that was written on you back a couple years back, they had mentioned that you had competed in 3 different iterations of Halo, so I guess up to Halo 3. How do they run games like that have so many updates? You have, like, for instance, Call of Duty. There's a new Call of Duty game, seems like every year now.
Right.
With tournaments, how do they keep that separated? And like with Halo, I'm guessing they obviously went past Halo 3.
Right.
Is there just a niche, like people stick with the version of the the one that they like, and so
there is some people that like. No, there is some people that do like old school. Like I love Halo 2. Halo 2 is always my baby. But like I said, Halo 5 was the last one that went out. Well, Halo 5 was kind of hit or miss in the community. And so 343 created MCC Collection, which has Halo 1 through 4 on it. And 3 has been the most popular. So we've been running Halo 3 until Halo Infinite drops, which is next year. And so we'll be doing that. So we try to go with the most popular game that's new. But of course, if it doesn't like it, we try to go to what the community likes because we got to make sure the community's happy to make us happy.
Right, right, yeah. And you want people showing up and being involved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It seems like all the guys around us in high school, Halo 3 was the thing. It might have just been because the era we were in, but that was the big one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, when you were competing, how many hours did you have to put in to actually stay on top of your game, especially when you're talking about getting into these bigger competitions where there's thousands of dollars on the line? How much game time was Johnny putting in per day to prepare?
So my average day, the most minimum would be 10. The max would usually be like 16 to 18. Rinse, repeat. So I was putting in maybe 50 minimum up to damn near 80 a week, if not more. So it just depended if it was crunch time or if it was, all right, I have a little bit of off to the next tournament. I'm going to have fun with my friends, etc. But when you got to do a job, it's your job to make sure you're on your game every time you can.
And I think that's something that maybe some of our younger listeners probably understand that because they're growing up in the esports kind of world right now that's shifting. But anybody probably from our generation or older, I don't think they really look at it as a real job. They go, man, these guys get paid to play video games. No, they get paid to work 60 hours a week, just like anybody else works 60 hours a week. And they deserve, they're putting in the effort and the time that any professional, sports guy does, a physical sport. And they're putting in probably more training. Really, I mean, how often do you see a football player that puts in 80 hours a week? It's probably not that common because their body couldn't take it. And so you got a lot of guys that push themselves even further because it's just, it's sleep, of course. There's sleep deprivation, but mainly it's mental,
Right. No, that's what I tell a lot of gamers on the circuits because, like, whenever we're there, if say for instance, you're at home, you're going to eat pizza, junk food. Believe it or not, it actually slows you down and makes you sluggish if you don't eat properly before you game because your brain's got to operate everything.
Okay,
that makes sense. Yep.
Right.
You're going to be firing on all cylinders up there.
So Mountain Dew and double cheeseburgers and tacos are not going to cut it.
Doritos.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's like protein shakes and stuff.
That's why that's why I'm struggling, Ryan. That's why we have a hard time. It's the food, bro.
But it's true it's very true. When you're on a diet, you just got that sharper focus. It's not just your physical reflexes; it's your mind. You can see things faster. And you can think of new things in different ways. Yeah. You'll notice even when you switch off of if you go from eating crap and you switch to eating healthy, it's usually about 3 or 4 days that your brain is like, "What are we doing?" and you can't focus. You get frustrated.
What did you do to me?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you refocus, and that's interesting because a lot of guys think that they think of a gamer. Okay, they think he's sucking down Mountain Dew and his fingers are covered in Cheeto powder. That's basically
right. I mean, that is a stereotypical area. I do see that a lot. Honestly, I'm just like, bro, no, you're gonna crash.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I've seen streams where like on the World of Warcraft Classic when it came out, I was watching a lot of Asmongold's streams on there, and they were getting on him about on one of the streams he was going to bust open some soda. Early, and they're like, you can't be drinking that right now, bro. You got to drink water. We're not in the soda stage. Like, you can't be drinking that crap right now. Because they were, of course, doing the all-nighter type deal where they were going to push it.
Right.
So another question I had, you said that you retired. In the article that I read, it said that it was an accident that retired you. So what exactly happened? Was it the accident, or was it a combination of?
It was kind of a combination of both. So what had happened is when I worked for the city of Oklahoma City, like we had talked about before, I was teaching a rookie how to operate some machinery, and I just got hit in the back, and I ended up blowing one of my discs out. Of course, me thinking, I'm young, it's an injury, no big deal. Well, then 3 weeks later, I got in a car accident, and I actually ruptured my L5S1, so I had to get surgery on it.
Okay.
And so after that, after getting first I had to wait a year and a half because when you're fighting the city, they got to make sure it's legit, blah, blah, blah. So a year and a half goes by. I finally get surgery. After I get my surgery, I feel a little bit better, but I still feel like a tingling in my leg. And I'm just like, something's not right. Well, my leg would go like numb on me. Come to find out, they drilled bone spurs into my left side, so my whole left leg is like nervically shot. And so sitting here like this, I can't compete, 16 hours a day to do it. I could barely sit here for 4 without it hurting and stuff. And so so I told my teammates, I'm like, look, guys, I love you guys to death. I could probably coach you, but I cannot play with you because I don't want to hinder y'all's skill because of my skill being hindered down. And they respect it, That's why all the big companies, they're like, hey, we understood what you did. If you want to work for us, we'll take care of you, etc. And that's where I'm at now.
Wow.
Gotcha.
That's awesome. So the community took care of you in the latter part.
He made some lemonade out of those lemons, too.
Yeah.
A lot of guys just go, well, I'm screwed. Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing like a back injury.
Yeah, no, I grew up a country boy, so I mean, even if you're hurt, you still got to push through it no matter what, as long as it gets the job done.
Yep.
Right.
Well, now instead of working for the city, you're working in gaming, so you get to, that's a lot better. I'm sure it's still at times, can be very challenging because.
It is.
Last couple of weeks when I've been talking to you, I think you've been on the road like every time I've talked to you, or you're at least going somewhere to be. On the road. Now, how did it mentally did it affect you having to step away or, being able to step into a new role? Was that good for you being able to focus your energies into that? I mean, because I'm sure putting all your energy into competing, as with anything, we're all athletes here at the table. So we kind of understand the whole, well, I'm not doing that anymore. And that kind of defined who I was, as a person.
Yeah, no, it did hit me. I mean, especially when you go from your career to you're like, what the hell am I going to do now?
Yeah.
A part of you goes in depression. A part of you thinks you failed at something. So it did hit me. It hit me for about a good year. It cost me, a good relationship at it because it just wasn't me. And then, I finally pulled my head out of my ass per se. And I'm like, look, I can do better things. I've done the grassroots programs at home. They've offered me a few times, so let me go there and see what I can do. And like I said, after working my first behind the scenes event and then taking care of me, I'm like, this is my job. This is what I got to do. This is my passion.
Yeah. Went
Right.
for it. That's awesome.
And
So that's better than just leaving the thing, and walking away from something you love.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. You can't walk away from things like you said you love and care about. It burns a hole in you, and you can't get it back until you actually do something about it.
Yeah. So now you texted me last night talking about in the state you're really pushing now for getting esports on the map here in Oklahoma. I think it's a great idea because before we met you, and at MiracleCon, we didn't even know at the time that esports was starting to take hold here in Oklahoma. So the fact that you're doing events here and pushing gaming, and I think it's awesome because I think for an Okie that enjoys gaming, even if you're really good, you probably don't think that you have much of a chance unless you're going to move out to Cali or what I mean, that kind of thing, or move out to the New York area, the different areas like that where it's bigger. So. What are your goals right now? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. No, I didn't mean to cut you off. My goals right now are, like you said, to help Oklahoma be on the map for esports. So I'm working with Extra Life to help them with events. Like I said, we have a Thunder one coming up sometime next early year.
Okay.
I'm working with a couple of colleges right now to get their esports program going, and then hopefully that'll transpire into also helping high schools get their esports program going.
Okay.
And of course, a lot of people, when they hear esports, they think it's just somebody playing a game, which is primarily true. But there's everything from sports medicine to production to journalism. There is so much behind the scenes that not everybody knows about, and that's what I'm trying to bring is to show, hey, you might not be as good as the guy next to you, but there's something in esports that you can do.
Right.
Whether it's web design, you have a great personality behind the mic to talk, to do casting. There's something you can do that would put your skills to the limit.
Gotcha.
And that's what I want to bring.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it's funny that you mentioned, you're saying that some people don't consider it a sport, but really, I've thought about that before. I mean, what is football? What is baseball? Those are games. Yes, we're using our body and it's athletic and there's skill behind it, right? But still, at the end of the day, you're playing a game. There's a goal, an objective, and it's two people competing. So,
And what usually makes the top athlete in physical sports is their mind. I mean, in all reality, if someone who doesn't completely understand the game and how to react and what should be done here and what should be done there never becomes a pro. And so really, if you connect the two there on the top level, it's a mind thing. And so what shocks me is, and I don't want to skip past that too fast, is you mentioned the fact that you're helping colleges. Like, people don't realize esports is becoming so big that we're talking about college sports. So we're talking about scholarships. We're talking about, just like any other real physical sport, esports is on the cusp of well, go on, dive into that a little bit.
Right. Well, like for instance, so I went to Langston University. I've so far been to Langston, Oklahoma City University, and UCO. So far, OCU and UCO already have a program going. Langston hasn't yet. So of course we went up there. We talked with a couple, like the vice president, the dean, all them, and we're explaining to them how esports is. And they said, all right. So they brought us in. We did a little seminar in front of the kids. And at first they're like, all right, blah, blah, blah. And then after I mentioned everything like to you guys about how you can do podcasts, you can do journalism, whatever you want, their eyes lit up. They were engaged. I'm like, how many of you? And so we did a little small tournament. I was like, who thinks they're the best on campus? Everybody raised their hands like, all right, get your ass over here and come play. See what happens.
Right.
And so, of course, the kids did it. And after they were done, they're like, dude, we love this so much. We'd love to have it. I was like, well, how would you guys feel if you were able to go and take on an opposing college team? You go there in your gaming jerseys, you go for a tournament, and you win a ring that represents you guys. Then they were like, we can do that. I'm like, anything's possible in esports. It's just like playing, high school sports. You can get the same thing here at your college for gaming.
Right.
That's cool.
And you see companies like Blizzard, and they brought out the Overwatch League now, and so you have these top level, esports players that are now getting paid salaries with benefits, things like that. Not really anything I ever thought I would see. I just always thought it was going to be, hey, they got to compete for a prize. They're going to be freelance. It's going to be, you know what I mean? And so to see bigger companies be like, hey, we're going to invest in our brand and actually take care of them, like an NFL league or something. That's really cool. So
it's interesting.
The future looks awesome for esports.
Yeah, no kids can earn degrees. They can earn up to bachelor's degrees. They can get scholarships. So there's a lot of opportunity if they want to put the drive and passion into it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. That is.
That's completely off track. What I just ran into the other day, which I think is awesome, because I'm a big fisherman, and me and you were talking off air about fishing. Fishing is starting to do that same thing. It's on the cusp of that, to where high school teams actually have you have fishing teams at high school now. And they go to tournaments and they travel all around doing that. And you're seeing colleges start to pick up fishing teams. And it's kind of like,
awesome. It should be.
It's freaking cool.
Yeah.
They have the Bassmaster Pro Series and stuff like that. So why not incorporate it the same thing?
Right.
You got to start somewhere.
Yep. And the good thing about these things, like when you look at things like football and you look at things like baseball, with colleges, that stuff is almost oversaturated in a way. It's a little harder to get those scholarships, and it really lasts for you because there's so many, it's so established now. Whereas with esports and things like that, since it's new, you're going to have a better chance of getting a scholarship in a new program and, be able to make ground on that. So, yeah.
It's just like some sports have tons of scholarships and things like that come with them. Like me and Clint, we grew up wrestling, and UCO was the school I was going to go to. I had a scholarship there, but you go looking at it, if there was no MMA, right, then wrestling doesn't actually go anywhere. It's one of those sports that you have it at every college, just about, that's any size college, and it's a serious sport, and there's huge competitions for it, and there's Olympics for it, but there's never been a pro, for wrestling.
Can't really make money.
But still, and so in all reality, I'd rather see a kid, as much as I love wrestling, and it's a great sport, and it teaches a lot of discipline and all those things, I'd rather see a kid go after something that could be a career, not just college and then, it paid for my degree, but I don't get to continue doing my passion.
Right. And you see that with football, baseball, etc. They might have done good there, but they're not NFL quality or whatever, which it can put a damper on you.
Yeah. Right. So then where do you go? But that's the cool thing about this. It sounds like there's avenues into the industry, even if you're not competing. It sounds like you can get involved, behind the scenes stuff that you, as you said, people don't really think about. I didn't think about it until I realized, somebody's got to throw that stuff together,
Right.
So.
Well, that's the good thing though too about these high schools and colleges is, say for instance, if an org like say Optic Gaming or Envy or whatever see this kid talented on here, he's like, hey, I want to pick him up for my roster, so he doesn't have to go to the big tournaments to win professionally. He's just that solid in whatever department he's at, and so these companies can pick them up outside of it. So it's kind of like scouts at the college football. Like, oh, this dude's great, let's get him over here. Same thing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. And Jeff says over here he says that OCU has the esports scholarships and they have esports degrees. So that's
that's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
so me and him met up Tuesday. We actually meet up next Thursday because I'm trying to help him with his esports program and stuff
Okay.
too.
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of greatness out there from what he was describing, and I'm looking forward to trying to help that out.
That's exciting, man. Yeah. Well, Hunter, Ryan, did you have anything that you wanted to ask him? Anything that I didn't cover that either one of you want to ask?
Man, I don't think so.
I've been
I think
thinking a lot lately about esports and how they need to smooth it over with the NCAA. So we can have a college
Some
game
college
again.
league, yeah.
Right, so you can have college. They're talking about it, but I don't know how that's
Yeah.
going to go.
Yeah, I wish they could
It's
work it out.
tough.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, Johnny, is there anything before we end the interview part of the podcast? Is there anything that you wanted to talk about as far as organizations that you want to mention or events that are coming up on your schedule?
Honestly, besides, of course, like I said, the Thunder one with the we know that we're doing with Extra Life, and of course the esports ones. Like I said, OCU, I'm going to try to help them out when theirs comes around again. Like I said, UCO. Pretty much, if anybody has any questions, whether it's a kid or someone in college or anybody that wants to get associated with me, they can easily hit me up. They can text me, they can call me, they can come to my house. If they need help, I don't mind helping whoever needs it.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And how can the audience get a hold of you? What are the best places to find?
They can,
Johnny?
of course, either reach me on Facebook, which is Johnny Ryan Weaver. They can hit me up on Instagram, which is Icychiller, or they can literally call or text me, and my number is 405-240-2154.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. We appreciate you doing the interview portion. You did
appreciate the
awesome.
time.
You did great. That's exciting to find out what because I was curious as to what you're doing. You're like, I'm going up here to
Right.
do some interviews with the college, and I was like,
Right. Dude, this entire year I've been everywhere from Michigan, Chicago, East Coast. I've been to Jersey, Florida, South, of course, Texas, and then out in California as far as the West Coast goes. And then I've got more in between before the year ends. But
Yeah.
so far I'm up to 1,524 events. So I'm trying to top
Wow.
it at 100,000 hours before this year ends, and I'm at like 91,000 and some change right now.
oh wow,
That's crazy.
Golly.
I was
I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to push that.
Nice. I was telling Clint the other day, you mentioned, you don't have to be great at games to be involved in the esports and the gaming world. And that's kind of our category. We realized, hey, we're dads. We love gaming. We don't have the time we used to, but how do we get involved in this thing that's doing something we love seeing,
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's how Clint came up with the idea for the podcast. And I was telling him the other day, I said, do these tournaments have like announcers and things like that? Because I said, that would be cool to get involved in something like that,
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Right. Oh yeah, no, it'd be great, and that's one thing too. Like, yeah, if we have an event coming up and you guys, like I said, want to announce, what's going on, I don't see why we couldn't bring you guys on board.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
hey, Delirious
That'd be
Dads
cool.
would
I think
love
Ryan
that.
would be great at
love
that.
to help.
Ryan's got one of those radio voices.
He does, doesn't he?
Right. He's got a face for radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does have a face
Yes.
for radio.
Long as it's just
Couldn't
my
have said it
face,
better
not the
myself,
rest of my
Johnny.
body.
Right. Just
But yeah, we would have fun and be upbeat. So I would be totally down for it. Obviously, we'd have to brush up on the lingo on some of the games, just so, But yeah,
Ryan's the type of guy to make his own lingo. I don't know.
but that's true. That's
Master
true.
Chef is really doing it here.
right.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm really random when I play with my friends or stuff
Oh,
at
my
places,
gosh.
and like whenever I was in Fresno, I was riding back to my buddy's place, and of course we had her kids that were like 18, 19 kids in there,
Uh-huh.
and someone had swerved in front of me with their blinker. I was like, well, spank my ass and call me a bitch. And they're like, what? I'm like, I don't worry. It's just redneck talk. Don't worry about it. So I like to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
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 One last
cool.
question. I want to see what's on your shirt there. I think I saw Groot.
It's a Jack Daniels with Groot holding it.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh. See, I thought it was
Gotcha.
a play on words. I thought it was a Groot beer.
No,
Groot beer.
It's Groot with Jack Daniels. He's my
Yeah.
homie.
That's
So,
cool.
Groot
Hey,
whiskey.
that's another idea. Get him holding a beer and then give you a Groot beer.
Yeah.
It's a
that's what
Groot
Groot
beer.
we need to license that, guys. We need to get a hold of Marvel, get a hold of Disney. Hey guys, we got an idea.
They already got it now. We said it on the podcast.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good luck with that. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, we're such a big deal. Disney already nabbed it. Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, I remember there was a time that me and one of my ex-girlfriends, we went to Anaheim for Disneyland out there.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there talking. I was like, you know what? I wonder why they don't make a video game, kind of like Disneyland. And literally a year after that, like it popped up. I'm like, who the hell is listening to me right now?
Yeah. Was it the Universal game? Is that what you're talking about?
It might have been. I don't remember.
It came out for one on Wii when I was younger, I remember, and you could go around Universal and ride the rides and stuff.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah. No. Like. Yeah. We were talking about something, and it was literally like a gaming like Disneyland in a way. Where I'm just like,
that's cool.
Where's this mic at? Who's listening to
yeah,
my ideas
yeah.
right now?
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't put it past them in their own parks. If they can put up a Halloween, like we talk about setting up tournaments, they transform their whole park in like one night into a Halloween event or a Christmas event.
Oh yeah.
It's like wild how quick they can build that stuff.
Right.
So Johnny's going to go ahead and stay with us on the rest of the podcast, guys. So we're going to go ahead and head into the news. Johnny, feel free to.
Freaking cats.
Johnny's cat doesn't want the news, guys. Feel free to interject. You're part of the crew right now, so don't feel like you have to hold back.
That's fine.
So we're going to start over to the news transition next.
Welcome to Sports Center.
Leads for Geeks. All right, guys, it's time for the news of the week, and we picked out some of the big stuff. I did top 4 news articles that I saw that seemed interesting. I knew we were going to be interviewing Johnny, so I didn't want to put too many things. But there's not a lot going on right now. Not yet, at least. But one of the big things I had mentioned, a graphic update in my little intro with my awful Arnold accent.
I thought it kind of went like Scottish at the end. I really enjoyed it.
It's been a while since I've done Arnold, so
hey,
you
guys
I'm
didn't see it, and I obviously didn't hear it because he didn't start the podcast the first time. But the first time he did it, he actually had to pause his mic and take like a voice break after that because it was so hardcore on him. I mean, he had to
killed me.
Yeah, cough off screen for a second because of the Arnold impression.
Yeah, it was just too much. It was too much manliness for me. I couldn't handle it.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know it took me a few minutes, and then I realized the face for radio joke. Like I was way behind on that.
I like this. Finally, someone quick enough to get you at your own game.
Yeah,
that's good.
Ryan was like all buddied up. Yeah, I love it. Thanks, guys.
Me and John.
In the middle of like that
we're gonna all you out there who didn't get the joke, because I know I'm not the only one. Radio doesn't have any visuals, and so my face is made for radio. Now you get it, because I know I wasn't the only one. And if I was the only one, we're just gonna act like there's a bunch of you. So.
Okay, yeah, that was Giganto, dude. So awesome.
Maybe that's why our podcast gets more downloads than our live videos.
Yep, that might be why.
We'll look into it.
So one of the things going on we talked about earlier with Johnny is GoldenEye 007 from back in the day, or GoldenEye 64. Well, a lot of people still play it on emulators and things like that on their PC. Well, recently there's a fan group that's been remaking the game using the GoldenEye source. So they do multiplayer, I guess, through online. I'm not really 100% sure, but it's looking like that's what it is. You log in and play through online. But it's a small team of enthusiasts that are working on the game with the free Unreal Engine 4 port. So there's a trailer video that just launched, and actually let me throw it up here on the podcast for you.
Yeah, I've seen that video. It looks pretty freaking sick.
Yeah, you just check it out.
Yeah. I miss old GoldenEye, man. Those are good old days.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that game was awesome.
That was the first game that got me excited about cheats. So you could do the big head cheat where their heads were huge. Then you could do the paintball one and stuff.
Right. Did you guys ever play Perfect Dark when it came out? Also, it was from the makers of kind of GoldenEye.
Is that who worked on it?
No, Perfect Dark was its own game, but it kind of had the same concept and it had actually some of the same maps. But you were like some futuristic spy in a way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I gotcha.
Yeah. Like, do you remember the map facility where you can like go up in the air ducts and go down, and then you could have that long tunnel that had the two like container rooms on the right hand side or right and left. So that was a remake on there. But the cool thing was they had like a rocket launcher that you can literally like drive and see through stuff. There was a sniper. If you weren't far enough, you could see through walls and snipe somebody. It was some crap. Man.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
It was fun, so you had to be on your toes for that.
Yeah. Well, according to them, they released the update on the silo version or the silo mission. It's just a little trailer. Right now, their plans is to get this game out by August 2020. A complete revamp of the entire game. They want to get it released for the 25th anniversary of the game, and that makes me feel old right there.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a 25th anniversary. They've also said that they're going to be creating a lot of all the assets and stuff from scratch, and
Nice.
So and the music won't be the original, so they're gonna capture some different music, but it'll still capture the mood of the original game. But they want to make sure they don't get a cease and desist on them after all that work. So that's why they're making everything from the original. So we got that to look forward to.
Nice.
So really cool stuff going down there. Also,
Is the sound breaking up on anybody else? Or is it just me?
I think it's just you, my friend.
Oh, that's a
I
little
can hear it
choppy
cutting
for me.
in and out here in a second. Yeah. I
Is
thought
it?
it was like mine. I was like,
No, I thought it was good on my end. Might be a little internet downage.
Okay, just make sure.
hiccups.
Yeah. So there's a rumor going around for Fallout. Do you guys play Fallout much? I know Hunter's
I
played.
a little bit of
played
it.
a
I
little
have
bit of
not.
it. Fallout 4. I played Fallout.
I played Fallout 76.
You did?
I watched my cousin play a bunch of the first one,
Yeah.
and then I got into the fourth one a little bit. But
Okay. Well, how was Fallout 76? Because none of us wanted to touch it because of what we had heard online.
It was a train wreck.
Was it a
was
train
freaking
wreck?
train wreck.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember reading online a lot of people went and like bought it, thought it was of course great. Then they played like literally a couple days and everybody wanted a refund on it. It was just that shitty. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
mhm.
That's usually the thing about MMOs. It takes you a little while to get in there and actually play it and get some time in on it, and then realize, oh,
Right, level up and all that stuff.
Sometimes I wonder how those developers, they have something that sometimes is just really good, right? Like the earlier Fallouts, people just loved them. How do they change something so much that it just sucks? Like, I understand if it's like, hey, that game's not as good, but how do they make those kind of huge mistakes sometimes,
They
Just
risk
blows
the
my
biscuit
mind.
and hope it's for the best.
yeah.
And then they shit
Yeah.
the bed.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then
I guess you have to
That's how-
because that's how you have a huge launch by risking a biscuit sometimes.
Change the
Right.
game. Yep.
That's how Call of Duty was whenever they started doing their future stuff in the space and they're floating around and all that stuff. And people, they played it because they had to win some money somehow, but they're like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's when they
Yeah.
lost me as far as like I wasn't really when they went futuristic. I
jetpacks
was
and
like,
stuff.
oh, I don't know about all that.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
some,
it felt like they were competing with like Titanfall. That's what I thought. Titanfall had come
Right.
out, and then all of a sudden that happened, and I was like, oh, they don't want to lose to any grounds to Titanfall.
right.
It's so different.
Titanfall could have
Yeah.
been so great if they would have actually
It could
did
have
an
been.
online like esports tournament, but because the fact that if you had to do an esports thing, you had to level yourself up so there was no even mix. If you were higher, you had all the cool stuff compared to the scrub that didn't,
Yeah. Yeah. So you couldn't just hack in and start them at a certain level either for a tournament.
Yeah, no, you had to grind to get there, and it was just like,
No.
all right, well, you guys just shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Yeah. And then sometimes I think, like you were asking why, I don't know. Sometimes I think they outsource some of it to different developers that maybe weren't on the original team or, a lot of those kinds of things. And then you get a different vision for the entire game, really. Because
Right, plus-
they weren't the ones that made the systems within the game that worked,
Right. Plus, it was kind of like the first of its kind thing, so they were testing the water as well. Of course, they kind of drowned a little bit, but
Yeah.
and you get thrown in the water, you better learn to swim quick.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, if you are a Fallout fan, there's a rumor going around that there's going to be a big Fallout release. The leak came out from Amazon Germany, and basically they're touting. They found some information that says that Bethesda hasn't officially said anything, but Amazon's listing this Fallout Legacy Collection. It's listed. The price that's listed is the German price is €40, which translates roughly to about $44, $44 in American. But also that can, that might be adjusted depending on the area you live in. But the description that seems to suggest all the Fallout games are included in this. Everything except Fallout 76. So it says, here's what the Google translation says. It says the full collection of all award-winning single-player games in these series return to Odland with the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. It contains all gameplay updates, graphic enhancements, the ability to download and play free mods on PC consoles, and all 6 of the official extensions. Welcome back to New Vegas with Ultimate Edition. Bethesda Softworks is putting together the complete Fallout New Vegas package and the main game with 4 editions: Dead Money, Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, and Lonesome Road. Will immerse you in even deeper into the world of New Vegas. So, and they've got it all listed. Nice little pretty box. Of course, they haven't officially announced that, but that's something I'd be interested in.
Right.
For $44, not bad if you want to go back and play all those old games. A lot of times with the progression of consoles and stuff, if you're just doing that, you lose it. So, also says it's going to be coming to consoles as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, because I haven't played any of those Fallout games that I liked a lot since I've kind of switched over to PC. So that's kind of, I'd be interested in checking that out on the PC.
I don't know. Sometimes I get, and this is just me, I get overwhelmed with all the options and things you can store, and it's just such a massive choice of a game that sometimes I'm just like, I just want to cruise through a storyline here, guys.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I get tired of. I end up getting tired of looking at junk. That's always been my thing. It's like, oh, I upgraded my gun, but it still looks like garbage. It's like, oh, so
I gotta go through this garbage to make it look better.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's been some of the stuff that bugs me, on that end. Also, we've got Mortal Kombat news. Recently, they had announced that the Terminator is coming over to Mortal Kombat 11. So they released a trailer, and I'm going to throw it up here for you guys to check out on the.
That's a question for Johnny while you're pulling that up there. Is that Mortal Kombat 11 has been doing awesome? Is that something that you see tournaments for? I mean, is that
yeah?
Seems like there would be.
That's part of the fighting game community, and so they usually will throw that in with like Tekken, usually Street Fighter, stuff like that. So yeah, but it's doing phenomenal from all the areas that there is. Yeah. So there's different companies. So like Evo and PAX, they kind of pick up on the FGC gaming community that way. They don't do a lot of first-person shooters, but they focus on that. But it's a great game, and Mortal Kombat's always been great since it's been started. It's just progressively getting better and better.
Yeah, they're finding ways
to
make it fresh.
He pulled the gun out of the Johnny Cage.
Yeah. So the Terminator T800 is making its debut on October 8th for the combat pack owners, and then you'll get it. Everyone else gets it on October 15th. The lead character artist Brendan George took to the PlayStation blog to reveal the gameplay trailer along with some new skins for the Terminator. He says the team added a lot of new features, pushing everything to its technical limits to make all gameplay, intros, victories, fatal blows, and fatalities feel truly impressive. The trailer showcases a mechanic that lets players briefly play as the T800 endoskeleton, which I don't know if it showed up yet on the trailer or not. This makes the player seemingly invincible to enemy attacks, but can only be activated at low health during the final round and with the right move equipped. You'll also have access to younger and battle damage Terminator skins when the DLC releases later this month. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They did Arnold good.
It looks really good, and I mean, obviously this is YouTube, so you're going to get some degrading in quality there, and then
Right.
Depending on how my internet's loading it with streaming, you might get a degrade there. But it looks really good. It's really kind of making me want to get into Mortal Kombat, even though I know I'm not any good at it.
One of those button smashers.
Yeah.
But it would definitely be fun to just play, just have a good time and play.
And I would expect that circuit to be a different circuit than your shooter circuit. And so that makes sense that different companies they categorize and they say, okay, we do the fighting circuit. And then you have companies that kind of work with the shooters, and that makes sense.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that does totally make sense. And then my last bit of news, I wanted to cover BlizzCon 2019 stuff. I play a lot of Blizzard games, and I know Johnny said he plays some Overwatch, so some of this might translate over to you. But the BlizzCon 2019 virtual ticket is now up for sale. You can purchase it online through the Blizzard Battle.net launcher or their website. So they're basically, BlizzCon's gonna go down, and every year they give out goodies. They give loot boxes and things like that. So they have this virtual ticket online. If you can't make it out there to Anaheim, they let you basically tune into the event from your computer or from your phone, and stream it all live. The festivities. Yeah. Cool. They are going to make opening ceremonies free to everyone. The BlizzCon esports competitions, including the Overwatch World Cup, the Hearthstone Global Finals, the StarCraft 2 WCS tournament, and the World of Warcraft Arena World Championship, all that's going to be free. So they're making all their esports stuff free to everybody. So you don't have to buy the ticket for that. But if you do want the in-game loot, the special loot that you get for getting the ticket, you're gonna have to buy it. Real quickly, I'm gonna run through the games of what you're getting. On World of Warcraft, you'll get a Murloc-ified faction leader. So you're gonna have Finduin, who is basically like Anduin from the Alliance's perspective. You'll get Gilvanas, which is the Horde side, and Murloc are just the little fish people that are in the game. So it's kind of little cutesy companion pets, so to speak, that you get to take with you. You'll also get a whimsical Wendigo woolly transmog outfit. So your character literally has like a Yeti outfit on that he wears. Nice. So that's actually in game right now. So if you've bought the ticket, it'll be available to you in your mailbox on World of Warcraft. For Overwatch, to commemorate 25 years of Azeroth, which is World of Warcraft, they're actually released 2 new skins that you'll get in Overwatch. You're going to get a Illidan skinned Genji, so he looks like Illidan from Warcraft. Okay.
And Symmetra has the other one.
Yep, Symmetra has the Tyrande outfit, which is Night Elf. Look to her. So those skins will become available. It says in-game before BlizzCon, so I don't think they went live just yet on Overwatch. If you're into Hearthstone, you will get a BlizzCon 2019 card pack. You can claim this after BlizzCon. They're going to reveal it at BlizzCon, and then after you'll get your card back or whatever. I've never really gotten into I've played Hearthstone a little bit, but I've never gotten excited about the card backs. But hey, some people like that kind of stuff. Heroes of the Storm, you will get a commemorative BlizzCon spray and portrait. You will also get a mount that you can ride in on, a Celestial Deep Crawler mount. So, a little Celestial crab mount thingy that you get to ride. And that's going to be available right now. So, nice. If you've already bought it, log into that. StarCraft. And then on StarCraft 2, you can equip a trio of Brood War era unit skins and portraits. You'll also be able to scout for a Zerg ambush aboard the classic battle cruiser. Hunt your prey with the sinewy classic Ultralisk, and honor Tassidar's sacrifice with the classic carrier. And this is all available in-game right now. And then bonus content that you're going to get some commemorative wings on Diablo 3. They didn't really have a lot on Diablo. I'm thinking it's because they're probably going to announce Diablo 4 at this year's event. I mean, with last year's fiasco with Diablo Immortal, I don't see what, I think it's about time they announce it. So
that was when they just made it for mobile and everybody was like, lost their mind.
Yeah, they did Diablo
Mobile. Everybody's freaking out.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a PC audience and you're trying to push mobile on them. How did they possibly think that was going to go well? But yeah, so that's
hell in the handbasket.
Yep. So the virtual
It was a Fallout 76 thing there.
Yeah.
Right.
So the BlizzCon ticket, the virtual ticket, you can get for $50 or equivalent to your region, and it gives you access to the event, which takes place November 1st and 2nd.
So what you're getting outside of all that stuff is you're getting access to the actual all the announcements and the actual show part of BlizzCon. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a really cool setup how they do it. I like, I've gotten it every year because I'm a huge Blizzard mark, but they have it set up pretty nice. I mean, you can go through the panels. Like if I want to watch some esports, like when the World of Warcraft arena event's going on, I can just click over and it's all live, and then they archive the videos. So say you had to work or something happened, you're not home, you can go back and watch that stuff. And they have it all within the event.
Cool.
So is there any other news that you guys want to talk about? Anything that you guys know that's going down that I didn't cover?
The news
the
I've
thing
got
that I know
is
oh, go ahead.
a bunch of free games here in just a minute.
Okay. We like free.
Hey.
Free games are always nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, did you want to add anything, Johnny?
I was just gonna say that this weekend up in Broken Arrow is our Name Your Game Expo.
Oh.
And I mean, of course, it's going to be a con like anything else, but there is going to be free play and also esports. So we'll have like Apex, Halo 3, and also we will have Black Ops 4 tournament up there.
Okay.
They're also going to be Smash, Tekken, other fighters like that too. And then, like I said, everything else that a con normally has. So people are just Broken Arrow this weekend, and it's just
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
It's called,
okay.
Called Name Your Game Expo. So if people are wanting, just go check it out.
Okay. And do you
so
know
those guys, if they want to compete, they need to sign up ahead of time, or they can sign up there? Or how's that work?
They can sign up at the door, but we do have a cap limit for different tournaments. That way, it's all time constraints. And so, if you do come and unfortunately, it's past the cap, of course, we'll refund you, yada, yada, yada. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what do you know where they're holding it at? Like what the actual building name is, or they can just look that up, I guess, on the actual event.
I mean, if they type in Name Your Game Expo, it might pop up. Let me find out real quick here.
Me and Ryan are notorious for this. We ask each other these kind of questions. And it's like,
I
didn't pull that up.
All the time.
It's at the Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center in Broken Arrow.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a nice little facility. I've been up there before.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to try to make it up there. I got a family reunion Saturday. That you said that Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try to come up there and maybe at least say hey and check out some of the gaming and stuff. We'll just see what I can pull off. Ryan can't because his wife's like literally ready to pop. They're about to have their second child, so
about to have the baby.
Yeah, he has to be on. He's on call right now.
Right.
That plus the remodel plus Christmas season starting next week.
Yeah.
Kind of wound up right now.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, I haven't taken my Christmas tree down in like 2 years.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
That's
the best way to do it. And you don't have to worry about putting it back
I'll
up.
have some people ask me like, why is it down? My rule of thumb is it doesn't come down unless I'm dating a gal that wants me to take it down.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
That's funny.
And if a girl wants me to take it down, I quit dating her, so it works out well.
Struggle is real.
With Ryan getting the last laugh in, I think we need to just let him hit us with some freebies. So we'll go into the transition now.
Let's get it.
All right.
Come on down to Freebie Farm. All games are free, half off, and 70% off the price of free.
Games may include microtransactions, time gating, and in-game ads before, during, and after gameplay. No refunds will be permitted for child purchases.
All right, guys. Freebie Farm. We're going to bring you the free games for the month. Some of them carry over from last month. Some of them start a little later this month. But if they fall into free during the month of October, they're going to get mentioned. These games I'm going to run through faster than usual. Usually I'd spend some time talking to you guys about the ones that have a higher than 85 rating on Metacritic. But I probably won't, just because we had an extra segment today. I'm just going to kind of bust these out. The big one right off the bat, which is available for everything, so it's PC, PS4, and Xbox One, is Destiny 2 New Light.
Okay.
And at the beginning, if you guys heard me mention, are we going to the moon? They've got the new map that's coming out, which is more than twice the size of the original map area for Destiny 2. That's being launched right now too. So it's coming with the free download.
Okay.
It says no end date right now, October 1st, and we don't know when they'll stop making it free or if they'll stop making it free.
Okay.
Next, we've got for PC, we got a game called Everything. It's an action-adventure game. Came out in 2017. It's got a pretty good rating, 78 on Metacritic. And then we've got Metro 2033 Redux. That's on PC right now for free until, what's today, the 1st?
Yep,
or
today's second.
Oh, until today. So if you're listening at the end of the week and you didn't watch the live broadcast, you missed it. But if you're listening live, it's free right now, and it's a 90.
Incentive.
Yeah.
Yep, live incentive. We got rated 91 on Metacritic is Free Space 2. That's free. It's not free. I lied. I don't even know why it's even on this list. It was free until the 27th. Yeah. I guess I'll look at the date first. Usually this list is pretty trusting, but this time it's not. We got
the cake is a lie.
Yeah. We got the Deed. It's not rated yet. It's became free on the 20th of September, and it's going to stay free till we don't know yet.
Okay. The Deed. You did that right before the show started.
Wow.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas PC. I don't even know what that means, but it made me smile a lot.
It'll hit you like the radio boy.
Yeah, you'll get it later.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
That was free last month, still free.
Okay.
Journey of a Roach, never heard of that one. Have any of you guys heard of Journey of a Roach?
Now, is it like a roach or like a blunt roach?
Like a roach.
Yeah. It's ROACH, and it's got a couple little people there on the little thumbnail. That's all I've got.
All right.
That's free right now.
I'll give you a pass on
that. It could be either or.
Yeah.
It's up in the air right now.
Okay, we got Grand Pigeon's Duty. That one is free right now. There's always some.
Where
weird
did you get these games, bro?
Oh, these are the PC ones. These are the PC ones, so you always get some kind of lower level games mixed in the PC ones.
The NDC.
So is your job to fly over people and just in duty on them? Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean,
taking
that's
dumps.
by the name. That's what I'm going with it, but I don't know.
3 dumps in a row, you get up to lieutenant.
Yeah. You've got Snake Eyes Dungeon. That one's free right now.
Okay.
And Gears Pop is still free. We don't know if that's going to become unfree or not. That's the iOS application for Gears of War. It's like a little separate game.
It's fun.
Gears Pop. Is it? I haven't checked it out.
Hey, I did see Batista on Gears. He doesn't look so good.
It
looked like they took his model from the old 2010 wrestling game and just plopped it in Gears. It didn't look good.
Yeah, I like the way you said that. When you said I did see Batista, it really got me excited.
And then I said Gears.
Crashed. And he didn't look good. Yep. It was bad.
Right.
Next one is Puzzle Chambers. To be determined on how good that game is also.
Okay.
Coming up soon is a game called Minute. It's actually got a high rating. It's MINIT. Yep. And I've never heard of that game, but it's got an 80 rating.
Another word that describes Ryan.
Yeah. Hey, that's true. That's true. I'm open about that. I like
39 weeks, so proud.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, when you get this weight and this condition, you don't want it to last much longer. We've got Anthem is free on PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if anybody cares that one's free, but it is.
I mean,
Humble Okay, we got here for, I don't know what this is. I'm going to skip that. Humble Monthly. Do you know what that is, Johnny? You ever heard of that?
Humble?
Yeah, that's not usually on this list. It's a paid
I
subscription
know what
called Humble Monthly.
I know what Bumble Monthly is. Bumble's for
Yeah.
dating, but not Humble.
No, we're going to skip that because that's new to the list, and I've never seen that before. Okay, so now we're moving on to PlayStation Now.
Okay.
There's actually some good games free on PlayStation Now right now.
And
Hunter, you've
PlayStation
got
Now is the
PlayStation Now, don't
streaming
you?
service, right? That's the one we said. I think that's
Yes,
the one I
it's
tried.
the one it's the one you pay extra for.
Yeah, like you can play the old Twisted,
Okay.
like Twisted
Okay.
Metal and all that stuff.
So what makes
Right,
it free
right.
then? It wouldn't be free. It'd just be part of that service.
Yeah, these ones still fall in the category of the ones you're getting with that package
Okay.
that have been added to it. I usually throw them out there because it's the same thing for the new Xbox, add-on deal that
Yeah,
they've got for that.
it helps us with our pool of free games, Hunter.
You just took
Yeah.
Freebie Farm and just did it
Well-
on Clinton's level.
Well, in all
of,
reality, all the games that you're getting on PlayStation Plus aren't free, right? And all the
Right.
games you're getting
Yeah,
on,
you're
are
right,
on
you're right,
Xbox.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, and actually, we usually mention the ones that come with what do you call it? Twitch Prime or Twitch? What's that called? It's
Amazon
not called
Prime.
Prime.
Have games.
Yeah, but what's the Twitch one called?
Yeah, Twitch Prime. Twitch Premium.
It is
whatever.
Prime?
It's Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we got on the PlayStation Now, we got God of War, the original. Grand Theft Auto 5 is free right now.
Okay.
Infamous Second Son is free. And Uncharted 4, The Thief's End. Really, that's a decent list for that
Yeah.
package. They're not always that good. That's some good games.
PlayStation's been doing good lately on some of the stuff
Mhm.
they're giving out. And
PlayStation
Exclusives.
Plus, which is what most people have who have PlayStation. That's what Hunter has. You got The Last of Us Remastered. And that's, kind of boosting some people on The Last of Us for the new one that's coming out. And then we've got MLB The Show 19. That's a pretty new game to be free on there right now. If you like MLB, you should probably download that one while you can.
I think Hunter did a review on that one.
Yes, he did. I believe so too.
Which one is
Twitch
it? 19?
Prime.
19?
Yeah,
Was it 19 that you did? I think it was.
I'm pretty
He's like, I don't
positive.
remember.
Yes.
Twitch Prime, which we were just talking about, that's got a couple games I haven't heard of, but I'm going to say them anyways. You got Deadlight, Director's Cut. I don't know what that is. And then you've got Adam Wolf. Haven't heard of that either. Serial Cleaner, Stranger Things 3. Hey,
Wait.
all I've got to say,
Serial cleaner?
Cereal cleaner?
yeah, Serial Cleaner, yeah.
That just thinks of eating cereal and then going out to booty hole. That's
Yep.
a serial cleaner.
No. This is like serial, like a serial killer.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
We're
Like
cleaning
serial
the kill
cleaner.
room. Okay.
Right.
Well, Dexter,
then we've got-
Dexter stuff. Okay.
Stranger Things 3, they probably should have just stuck to, licensing out to some games that are actually good. I hate it when they make their own games off of stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
got a bad
Right.
rating, 62 on Metacritic. It's probably not very good. And The Walking Dead, Michonne, A Telltale Mysteries.
Oh, okay.
Those Telltale ones are interesting.
okay.
I like them.
Hey,
Yeah.
all I
Not
know
bad.
is that's not a very good list for Twitch Prime. They didn't step that up. That's a really weak list.
No.
Okay, next we got Xbox with Gold. What were you going to say, Clint?
I was just going to say, and they have the reach, so they should be able to pull off something.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, it's freaking Twitch.
Right.
Hey, as soon as I said that, I looked down here at the Xbox Gold list, and they are disappointing. Also,
Oh, are they? Okay.
yeah, we've got Disney Bolt. We've got
Like
Timbo.
the dog
I don't
bolt?
know.
Like the dog bolt?
Yeah,
Okay.
the movie. Yep. I've never heard of this one. It's back from 2015. Timbo, the Bad A Elephant. It's a cool name, and the cover looks good.
Timbo.
But I don't know what that is. Timbo. You guys should look that up. Timbo, the Bad A Elephant.
Terminator elephant.
yeah.
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 We Were Here. That's free right now. That hasn't been determined on how the rating is on Metacritic, and I haven't played that game either. Friday
Okay.
the 13th, the game. That one is free right now. That was actually a decent game
Yeah.
before the debacle.
Yeah.
And
the
then-
legal woes that
Yeah.
come their way.
Ninja Gaiden 3. When I read that name, I was like, Ninja Gaiden. That sounds familiar.
I'm
That
surprised
game's
you
been
said the
around
name
forever,
right.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That
Ninja
game's
Gaiden?
been around forever, right?
Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden. Seems like I remember playing that back on
Yeah.
like PlayStation or something.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an older game.
It's old, man.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's free.
They're
so
solid.
really that list is pretty weak. Again, Xbox Game Pass that you pay extra for, it's going to have the good ones probably.
Okay. Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Yeah, you got
Right.
Bad North.
You're paying for it, you better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dirt Rally 2.0. Lego Worlds. I've heard Lego Worlds is like one of the least good Lego games out of all the Lego games lately.
Oh, okay.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That's got a good rating, 84. Jump Force. Enter the Gungeon. I think that was free last month. Yep, it was. I remember looking into that one. Goner. That one's just for PC, even though it comes with the Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Goner Blueberry Edition. That's on Xbox One.
Okay.
Gears 5 for PC is free. That was free last month, but it's still free. Creature of the Well. That's free. That was also free last month. They didn't add too many new ones this month. Dead Cells, that was free last month and still free. And let's see. Maybe there's some big ones coming soon. Dishonored 2. That one's coming this October 3rd. It'll be free. That's a pretty big game.
Mm-hmm.
World War Z. Hunter, have you tried that game, World War Z? You mentioned it the other day.
No, I have not. I haven't got a chance to play it.
I love the movie.
I haven't even seen the reviews lately either. Let me check up on those.
And then Fallout New Vegas, Speak of the Devil. That
Yeah.
one's free, coming October 17th, so that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
And it's, as Hunter pointed out, it's free if you pay for it. It's free, if you're in that. And then Ranzer Dragoon Orta. Yeah,
Say what you
I don't
chest.
know.
Say that again.
Say what you
Yeah.
chest.
Oh no, Panzer. We got
Panzer.
Panzer. Panzer. Dragoon, not dragon. Dragoon
Okay.
Orta. Never heard of it, but it's got a 90 on its rating.
Oh, wow.
It's from 2003. So, kind of got
2003,
a dragon.
dang.
Yep.
Okay.
That comes out 2017. So that's my list. I think I burned through that faster than
You
ever.
did,
But
bro.
to be honest, that was not a very good list compared to usual.
Yeah.
Like
Usually
even overall, there was
Xbox has a little something more, a little
little extra flair.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
there were a
odd.
few good ones on there, but not too many big hitters.
Yeah, for sure. I really want some cool. I need some like horror genre games, some scary games to play as we head
I got
into
one.
the.
It's called
into the
Dead by
fall
Daylight.
season. Yeah, it's good.
Hey, I
I
gotta
need
tell
to
you,
play
I've
that
been
sometime.
you need it. Do you have
I've
that
been
game, Johnny? Because you need
No,
to.
I don't. I need to play it. I heard good things though.
Yeah, it's
We're
only
really
it's
into
only,
it right now.
it's only $20 right now, so it's like
That's not bad.
yeah,
No.
that's fine.
For the Stranger Things
What-
edition too.
Yeah.
What
do
stinks
Stranger
for us
Things.
is we're behind the curve, so everybody else is like really well advanced, of course, compared to us. But
We're getting better.
we're just now getting to where we win some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're getting better at it.
I've been
We're
learning how to
the game,
juke
but
some
it's fun.
killers. I got one
Yeah.
that like I like went around the tree, like he literally was like looking for me, and I just kind of
Just walked as he walked.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's a good one. It's a good one to play with friends. I'll say that much.
And it is intense. It's not just one of those games that's got killers in it. The way they've done the sound, the music, the heartbeat, the way the whole structure of the game is set up, you definitely get like you got to take a breath and kind of relax.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
good. I like the way they did that.
builds tension.
For
I'm
sure.
watching my cat. He's trying to get out over here. That's why I keep bobbing my head up and down
Oh,
between
yeah.
my screen. Like, what are you doing over there?
Did they ever mess with your wires? You got to watch them with that, like your cords and stuff.
No, they don't. Let me see.
That's
Like,
good, at least.
watch this turn. See if he'll jump up there or not. See, he's trying to get the door open, and he knows that
Oh,
he has
okay.
to just jump up there and get it.
Oh, okay. So he opens his own door. That's impressive.
Yeah, he's a talented little turd. That's why he's trying to get his
Yeah.
door.
What Clint can do already.
I've seen them do that when they got when they've got those lever
Yeah,
doors.
see?
I've seen them jump up and just catch their
And-
hands.
Wow.
Oh, there he goes. He did it. Wow. That's
Bye-bye.
impressive right there.
Right, now I gotta go get the damn cats. Just get one of them. I gotta get the black one. She's not fixed, and she likes to make babies, so.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that happening.
Come here, you.
Oh, that's funny.
Get back in there.
Goodness. All right, Hunt Dog. You ready for your
Is it
segment,
about
Bubba?
that time?
It is about
It is.
that time.
I'm ready to get myself
soon as-
roasted.
As soon as
That
Johnny
was all
gets back
freebie
down.
farm, huh?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm impressed. He went through it quick, man. He's
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
all right. All right, Hunter. I'm gonna play the intro, and then I'll give you a thumbs up, and we're good to go.
Let's get it.
In a world of Easter eggs and cheats, it's time for What They Don't Want You to know.
Alright guys, welcome to another segment of Easter Egg, or Am I Pulling Your Leg? You know, I'm kind of the game guy around here unless
Pulling my
Ryan
leg.
finds us a cheap quiz online. But other than that,
Ryan likes to hit up Kids World for his quiz.
Kids World.
KidsWorld.com or whatever it is.
So, for these guys, they may have forgot how to play, but I'm not going to go over the rules for them. I'm going to let you know, Johnny, what the rules are. So basically, what I do is I bring you an Easter egg. Some of them are real that I know of, and some of them are ones that I've completely made up, fabricated them.
Hey, no. Don't believe him. He doesn't completely make them all up. Sometimes he takes one that's almost real and adjusts it and really tweaks with your brain.
Okay, so I will say that happens sometimes, but that is less likely than the ones that I actually make up completely.
Yeah.
There are some that are close that I have to take inspiration from, but
those are good. Those are the good
these-
ones. They really tweak.
most of these are made up today. So
Are you keeping score tonight?
I can, yes. I can
Okay.
I saw the pen. Like I felt like you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
now I really don't know how we can do like a punishment since Johnny's new to the show. But
No,
one
we won't this time.
we do have one episode. I forget which episode, Johnny, but losers had to wax their nipples. We did that live on on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's swimming around there somewhere.
I don't mind. How about me, man?
It was a
don't
good
mind.
I
time.
did end up
Until the
wearing.
waxer
I did end up
isn't
wearing
a
my
pro.
wife's dress for an entire podcast once too.
Yeah.
I usually lose. So let's not.
Let's just go ahead and get out in the open.
See, this is why when I play Halo, I do drinking games. It makes it funner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to, like I said, list off this Easter egg, and then I'm going to give you guys a minute to think about it if you want to talk about it a little bit. You know, maybe work together or throw each other off.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give you a countdown, and you're going to tell me what you think it is, and I'm going to score you on based on if you're right or wrong. And at the end, whoever has the most points wins.
Yeah. I'm excited that I'm not just going against Ryan. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's just not easy game for you tonight. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe. Usually I get accused of cheating.
Hey. No, when it comes to the trivia, like the actual trivia is when I bomb. When it comes to pulling my leg Easter egg, I've won a few. So you can't just do me like that. You can't just walk on me like I'm trash.
When it comes to Kids World, you don't bomb. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I like how his dyslexia kicked in. He was like, pulling my leg Easter egg, just completely got it wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Okay, are you guys ready to kick this off?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Let's see here. Which one do I want to start with?
Don't be picking
All right,
your poison.
Let's start off with a little Fallout 76.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
In Fallout 76, you can find a bottle titled Nuke Shine, you know, like moonshine, in an abandoned house. If you drink it, you will pass out and wake up in a familiar-looking carriage with some dead bodies. This is a nod to the beginning scene in Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Oh. Okay.
Is this an Easter egg, boys, or am I pulling your leg? Tell me what you think about it.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a.
yes.
This is on the honor system too, because we got to say our answers out loud. Like sometimes we get real serious and we hold up a paper so Clint can't cheat.
Right.
You know, with the answer written on it. But we trust you, Johnny, more than we do our close friend over there.
I think it's fake because I haven't found it at least, so I don't really know. But I think it's fake in my opinion.
I'm going Easter egg. I'm calling that one an Easter egg. It's real.
All right. I'm gonna go Easter egg as well. I feel like it is one of those that I'm kind of like Johnny. It's like, it sounds almost too good.
Right.
Nice.
So we got 2 Easter eggs and 1 pulling my leg.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Johnny, that was an Easter egg.
Oh.
It's real.
Slap my ass and call me Sally.
exists. So you actually, what happens is you find this blue glowing bottle of Nuke Shine and you drink it, and the player just thinks it, you know, oh, that's fun and games because you can still walk for a little ways. Then all of a sudden your vision starts going blurry and you just pass out. and then when you wake up, you're in the back of a horse carriage, like the beginning of Skyrim, and there's just dead bodies.
Nice.
And so it looks like the opening of Skyrim.
Nice.
So
That's a nice touch. I like that.
That is pretty cool.
good to start it off there.
Okay.
Okay, the next one.
Fallout 76 did something right.
Yes, the next one is one of Ryan's favorite games in Assassin's Creed Origins. After getting to the bottom of a tomb, you can find an artifact resembling a man and a scorpion mixed. This is a nod to the blockbuster hit, The Mummy Returns. Is this an Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
So they have scorpions down there, huh?
I feel
You
like
guys remember
that's
that movie?
Yeah, I do remember
Yes.
that movie,
Yeah.
but I
With
feel
The
like
Rock.
I
Yeah,
feel
'cause
like
the Rock
that's
looked ugly as crap.
yeah.
Yeah. The CGI was terrible on his face.
It was horrible.
Right, he's all it looked like he was constipated.
I don't know who
Yes.
gave the green light on that. I feel like that's too good for Hunter. Like I don't know that Hunter would pull the Scorpion King out for that one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry, Hunter.
yeah.
Wow.
I think you're pulling the leg on that one
Yeah,
too.
I'm
homie.
going to pull my leg.
I'm saying it's an Easter egg. I'm gonna take a chance here and get the lead.
Oh, so I thought what Clinton was saying is that I wasn't good enough to make that up, so he thought it was a real Easter egg.
Oh, I got you.
What were you
No,
saying?
no. I was saying it was like too in depth, so that's why I
Oh, I
think
got
it's
Good
a
to
fake.
be real, so it's fake.
Right.
Okay,
Like,
so
I don't
we got
think they
Johnny
would pull
with
that.
the fake. We got
Yeah.
Clinton with the fake, and we got Ryan with the real. Well, that was fake. I was pulling your leg.
Woo!
Yeah, suck it.
Yeah,
I'm tired of
take,
you,
take that, Ryan.
It's all right. I'm tied up with a pro gamer. We're good.
Yep, pump your chest out.
Touche,
Oh wait,
touche.
it's always out. Never mind.
Wow.
I feel like
Here
I'm
comes
drilling
the
him
fat
extra
jokes.
hard just to mess with him.
Oh, I like it.
So, all right. So,
All right.
next one here. Let's see. In the new Dying Light DLC, while transversing through the woods, you can come across a crossbow leaning against a stump with a familiar-looking leather jacket. This is a reference to, obviously, Daryl from The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Is this an Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
I'm going with Easter egg on that.
Wow, that quick? You just come up with
Yep.
it just that quick?
I'm gonna go with Easter egg as well.
Really? Oh. I guess I'm
I
gonna
guess
go.
we should have made sure we've all decided before we blurb stuff out next time. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I guess I'll go with Easter egg. Because I know. Well, wait. I gotta think about it though. Hunter's he's a big Walking Dead fan, so I could see Hunter sneaking.
Well,
this
I
in.
used to be. I don't watch it anymore. It's gotten too...
Well, yeah, it's kind of what.
I've only watched like 2 episodes of it. I'm not cool.
I'm gonna go with. I'm actually gonna go pull my leg.
All right. I like it. We're all
Final
tied up.
answer.
Yep.
Easter egg, pulling my leg. Well, Clinton was right. I faked y'all out on that.
Oh,
one.
no.
That's a fake.
The only
Only us
reason
by 2 now.
the only reason I did that was because I know how much you like Daryl, or that you like Daryl.
Yeah.
That stinks.
See, that's not fair for Johnny. He doesn't know
No,
me.
it's not. Yeah. It's
So-
true.
It's all good. I'm learning.
I mean, Clinton, that's just kind of a hunch for him. I haven't talked about Walking Dead with him in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So, since it got uninteresting and they kept repeating themselves over and over again. But anyways, we're going to... All right, so let's go on to the next one. In Tom Clancy's The Division, you can come across a backpack stuck unusually high on the wall. This is a reference to the side missions that you can complete in Spider-Man PS4.
Whoa, that seems unlikely.
Is that an Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
All right, I got my answer.
I got mine.
I got mine. I got
Alright.
mine.
You ready for it, Hunter?
Everybody stay quiet.
Yeah.
We're just waiting
Yeah,
on
let
it.
me know.
I'm
What are we
going
going with?
I'm going with Easter egg.
Okay.
I'm saying you're pulling my leg.
Okay.
Okay.
And Ryan went with Easter egg also?
Yeah.
Okay. It is
It didn't
an
seem good
actual
enough to be
Easter
made
egg.
up.
Oh, is
Son of a
it?
bitch, I'm getting beat.
It didn't seem good
So-
enough to be made up. Hunters are always much better than that if you were to make it up.
You guys quit that. You're reading into
Uh-huh.
me too much. I don't
Yeah.
like it. All right. So there is actually a backpack you can come across that's strung up on the wall, and it looks to be strung up with spider webs, like low.
Oh,
It'd
you
take a
didn't
lot
say
of
that
time.
part, though. You didn't say
Right,
I
he
didn't
left
want
that
to
part
give.
out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give you a bunch of stuff on it. I wanted to let your
Okay.
mind.
It's just hanging
Damn
there.
you, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there's like really. It doesn't even look like webs though. It looks like cobwebs. Like it's just terribly. It's like they did it really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a hint or a nod to the missions where you can go around the city in Spider-Man PS4 and pick up the backpacks that he'd left all around the city. So,
Nice.
anyways, on to the next one. When searching through a mine in Rainbow Six Siege, you can knock some boards off the wall, and what you find behind this wall is a dusty DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Ooh. Okay.
Really?
Is this an
Okay.
Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
Dang.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that is. DeLorean references are definitely popular
Yeah.
too. All right, I got my answer, I guess. I'm not
Okay.
confident. I'm not confident, but
I got mine.
Yeah, same.
All right, tell me what it is.
I see you're pulling it.
yeah, I'm going pulling my leg.
I was going with
Ryan?
Easter egg. Now I'm unconfident.
Ryan, you're a smart man because that is
No.
correct. It is
What?
Oh.
Wow.
We suck again.
Yep. What's the
Boarded
score
up.
right now? Is Ryan beating us?
Ryan
No,
is
no,
got
down by
3,
1.
Clinton's
Yeah.
got 4, and Johnny, my man, he got 1. So Johnny can't.
Hey,
That's the thing.
Johnny's
Johnny
doing it
can't
on purpose to make us feel good. He's like, I'm not just going to stomp these
I think
norms.
what it is you guys have learned to read me, and you're not even paying attention.
That's
you're
true.
just
We
reading
do
me.
have that advantage.
I
Yeah.
don't know what his poker face is. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna do this from now on when I'm.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here. In Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can find a ring of trees that all have red plates hanging from them. If you knock down these to the ground will start to rumble, and a giant Goomba will unearth and run away. Is this an Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
I've not played Zelda in so long.
Especially the new one.
I'm ready on this one.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, what
You're
is
pulling
it?
my leg.
Pull my leg.
Yeah. Yeah, you're pulling your leg.
Man, I must have been easy on that one. Y'all read right through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pulling your leg.
That's just a licensing
Jeez.
thing. I wouldn't see
Right.
him cross
Well,
doing Mario with Zelda, unless it's Smash Brothers or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, plus I figured also he had 3 right ones. So he has to have a wrong one somewhere. He can't go.
That's what I
That's
do.
true. That's true.
That's what I do a lot of times.
I've had nights
Deductive
though,
reasoning.
where I've literally done,
Oh, yeah.
because I make
Just
them
rip me
up.
a new
So
one.
I've literally done like 8 right and 2 wrong, and like just done
Mhm.
right. You know.
Uh,
So okay. Let's see. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you can come across an abandoned cabin of an inventor. If you go over to his work table, you can find blueprints sitting on the desk. And on the blueprints, you will see a giant robot spider. This is a nod to the movie Wild Wild West with Will Smith.
Wow,
Is
wow.
that an Easter egg? Or am I
I'm ready
pulling
on
the
this
leg?
one.
these are
I'm
the
ready.
ones. These are the ones I don't like Hunter for, but because I'm kind of like in between. I'm not 100%. I got my answer though.
Okay.
I see.
Let me
It's
know.
an Easter egg.
I'm going
Easter
with Easter
egg.
egg.
Yeah.
Wow. So I get a point on that one because that was fake and I made it up.
No!
I
that's
got
a
all
good
the
one.
Did
guys.
you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it.
So-
That was very creative.
It should have been
Got
an
him.
Easter egg.
Yeah. In the next DLC,
him.
it will be an Easter egg.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably. They're listening.
Mm.
All right. Let's see. I got a couple left here, and we got Ryan at 4, Clinton at 5, and Johnny at 2.
Okay.
So, Ryan
Well,
and
we've
Clinton-
been messing them up too, like the ones that he's
Yeah.
going with. Now we're going with him. So
Yeah.
In Battlefield 5, you can come across boxes with shovels on top of them. If you find the box that lights up green and follow the shovel to the secret dig site, you can dig it up. Once you dig this up, at the bottom you'll find a chest with a hand emoji in it. If you collect it, now your character can go around shooting people with just his hand.
Okay, so it
Hold
makes
on.
like the gun emoji.
So like
the
literally,
handgun, like a hand.
yeah, like he
gun
goes around and
emoji.
goes pew pew, and it really kills people.
Okay.
Okay, but hold on. What do you mean follow the shovel?
So like the shovel's gonna point in a direction.
Okay.
It just points in a direction. You follow that direction to the dig site.
Okay. I don't trust
Is
you
this
I'm
an
ready.
anymore.
Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
We're supposed to be
ready.
friends, and you got me all sorts of confused. All right, I know what I'm going with.
All right, give it to me.
Pull my
Easter
leg.
egg.
Pull my leg.
All right.
May tie this thing up or fall in the hole. We'll see.
You did tie it up because that's an Easter egg.
Oh, that's
Son of a bitch!
Yeah. All right. Well,
Okay,
now Johnny,
Well, let's-
I got to pull out the big guns, man. Ryan
that's
can't
right.
beat me. I can't
Now,
let him beat
now
me.
Ryan and Clinton are tied.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Our next one. In South Park, the fractured butthole. Yeah, you got that one there.
Uh-huh.
Fractured butthole.
I love that game.
Yeah.
If you enter Cartman's password into the door before actually going upstairs to his room to look for the password, he will pop up on screen saying, "Okay, Tom Brady, you gonna play the game or just be a cheating blankety blank?"
Okay.
Is this
Okay.
an Easter egg or am I pulling your leg?
Mm.
Obviously referring to Tom Brady because Tom Brady is known
He's
for the
an
scandal of
upstanding
deflating the
citizen and like one of the all-time greats. Okay. I don't subscribe to your cheating conspiracy.
balls. Not my conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
So
I've got
is this
it.
an Easter egg?
So, I'm ready.
Okay,
You ready, Johnny?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
give it to me.
Easter egg.
It's real.
All of you guys say Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're correct. That is an Easter egg.
All right.
Ryan, why you got to pick the same answer as us?
All
We're
right.
supposed to. This is a tie.
Yeah.
The point is, we picked separate answers.
I got a couple more here.
Okay.
I got two more. So
Two more.
you guys are still tied.
So Johnny
we'll
can
see.
try to make it look respectable, and
Mhm.
I need to beat Ryan.
In Just for Honor, while
Uh-huh.
roaming,
Uh-huh.
you can find the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail just beyond the boundaries, hidden in some trees. The Black Knight, obviously, from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, is missing his hands, or his arms and his legs, so he's just a nub on the ground. Is this an Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
Did you just bite your thumb at me? No, that's a different movie.
I know.
Or is that movie?
I'm ready.
I don't know.
It's just a
I'm ready.
flesh wound.
I'm ready.
I know
Just a
that
flesh
part.
wound. I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay. Tell me what it is.
Easter egg all the way.
It's fake.
I'm saying fake. Yep.
Really?
Fake.
Dang, I screwed myself right here.
Clinton got it right. It's
No!
an
Oh,
Yes.
We suck
I had a
again.
chance. I had a chance.
Johnny's like, the heck with this game, dude.
Uh,
Okay, shit. I'm out.
He's like, it's staged, guys. Just so you know, they've been doing
Ryan.
the podcast. It's staged.
This is your chance to tie Clinton. If he gets it
Oh,
and you
no.
don't, no. If he gets it at all, he wins. If he misses and you get it right, we're gonna have to go into some
Just make
sort
it
of
double the
sudden
points. Double the points. Make this a double point.
death. Mm,
Boom.
Pleasure,
Like they do.
You're fine.
I'm confident. You know,
okay.
got nothing to lose.
In Spider-Man on PS4, if you go to the back of the Avengers building and jump up on the dumpsters and look down with your camera, you will find Ultron's head in the dumpster. Is this an Easter egg, or am I pulling your leg?
That's got licensing written all over it. I got my
Say,
answer.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. What is it?
Easter egg.
It's
Pull
fake.
my leg.
It is fake. You're right.
Oh.
So Ryan,
So that means
Ryan wins.
Clinton. Well, if you made it double points, yes, Ryan.
Yeah,
did.
I did.
Oh, Ryan won it. Another last question.
I like it.
Is that the first time you've ever beat me?
No.
Now
We've
here's the
talked about
question.
this.
Here's the question, Johnny. Listen, this is the last question. Winner takes all. What?
I thought I already won.
Oh,
is
this is the
Master
winner takes all.
Chief's-
Okay.
Oh,
what
get out
is
of here.
Master Chief's first name? His real first name.
Oh, son of
It's
a
John.
biscuit.
Duh.
That's right. Johnny won.
So cheap.
Hey, Johnny won! I'll take that.
Do you know what Master Chief's number is though?
His number?
His number.
It was what?
8,
Oh,
6,
like what?
7, 5, 3, 4, 9.
No, not that one.
No, okay.
That's a good try, though.
Where do you find that add-on? Is it on the case that he awakens from?
All Spartans have numbers on him. His is actually on his chest right here, somewhere on their armors. But he carries his Spartan number on his chest.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It's Spartan 117.
117. Okay. 117. I feel like I probably
Very cool.
used to know that back in the day.
I
At least I'm going to tell myself I knew it back in the day. Make myself
Do you
feel
guys
good.
know what Cortana's little? Or well, I just screwed it up. I was gonna say what John's AI was, and I said Cortana. Rip.
Yeah, I knew Cortana because now Microsoft's trying to do all that stupid stuff with their
Here's a
own
question then.
Cortana.
Do you guys remember the flood? You remember the flood that was on there, the little like alien popcorn looking things?
Yeah.
What was the flood's main guy called? Like the boss. What was he called? Do you remember?
Popcorn fart?
No,
It looked like
was
it.
called like.
What was
The
his name?
Was it the inf? I don't know.
It was
something
Grave Mine.
It was what?
No, I was
Grave
not
Mine.
on the right.
Grave Mine.
Grave Mine.
Grave Mine.
Yeah,
was not
Grave
right.
Mine. Yeah.
Golly.
Was he the one that holds up Mr. Chief at the end of one of his games? and
Yeah, when the
talking to
water
him?
upside down, you had that big turd looking
Yeah.
blob talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that was a good podcast.
That was good. That was a little bit long, thanks to me, but it was good. So we'll be back next week, Wednesday. We always do a 7 p.m. podcast. Ryan may or may not be here with us.
Yep.
Depending
Depends on the
if
baby.
depends on
Yep.
if the baby is here. If you guys want to donate to the channel, to the show, you can check us out on our Patreon, Delirious Dads Gaming. We also have our Facebook page, YouTube, Twitch. You can find us on all those social media.
We're everywhere.
And all those. Is there
Soon to be at
anything-
esports.
Yeah, is there anything else you guys wanted to say before we go, boys?
Man, I enjoyed it. I liked having
Yeah,
you
no,
on,
it was a
Johnny.
blast.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
We had a lot of fun with Johnny, so it's if Johnny's willing, I don't think this is going to be the last time we see him.
Oh, no,
come
I'll
on the
definitely be back.
So
I do say next time that we do the Easter egg or pull my leg, if we're wrong, we have to take a shot of whiskey. That's what I
there
might
you
say.
go. Or a shot of moonshine. Really.
Yeah.
just-
New
I do have some. I have some raspberry lemonade here.
Oh wow.
I saw Ryan over there. He's drinking his water out of a jar. And I'm like, it just
Out of
looks
a
like he's
jar.
just totally chugging moonshine, you know.
Right.
Lightning.
Put some hair on his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can check out Johnny on his Facebook page. He's Icychiller. We've got the Broken Arrow event going this weekend. So if you want to get on some esports and you're in the Oklahoma area or the Tulsa area, go check that out. And it was Name Your Game. Is that was?
Name Your Game Expo. Yeah.
Your Game
And like I said,
Expo.
that's up in Broken Arrow. And if you are in the Oklahoma City area and you don't want to go up there, OCU is doing theirs at the River Sport Convention. Whatever is pretty much on the river down there in Oklahoma City area.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And and theirs is Saturday. So if you guys can't make it to mine, go check them out. They'd love the support.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we'll keep you guys updated with the esports stuff going on with colleges now that we know some of the projects Johnny's working on. Keep you guys informed because some of you dads might have kids that are going to be going to college soon.
Yeah.
So it would be good to know if they're into esports. So with that said, Ryan,
Stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
and stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.